Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I am super excited because I finally get to talk about Beauty of Joseon. Beauty of Joseon is one of my favourite Korean skincare brands, and so many of their products have worked wonders for my own skin and in my skincare routine. You've probably seen, if you're regular on the channel, me mention and fangirl about them hard in a lot of videos, and so I'm going to pick it apart today, and we're going to look at the ding 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 holy grail products from the collection, and the wah 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 total fails that you might just want to save your money on. So sit back, relax, and let's talk all things Beauty of Joseon. Now, it seems like a hot minute since I've actually done one of these full brand reviews, but I usually like to start with a little bit of an overview of the brand itself. Beauty of Joseon is a Korean skincare brand. They're reasonably popular in the West as well, so they tend to have a market both in Korea and here in the West, and their popularity is growing and growing and growing. Their products are very much on the simplistic side, and sometimes we see that as a negative, but actually I think it's so good, because if there's one thing that Korean skincare has taught us, is that lower concentrations and more gentle formulations used over a longer period of time can deliver better results than going in with those hard, harsh actives at the strongest concentrations from the start. They really follow a traditional Korean philosophy of some really great traditional ingredients, but have updated the formulations to just get more bang for your buck out of those ingredients and just deliver greater benefits. I have to give a huge shout out to Jenny, who's a fantastic friend and subscriber of this channel, because she was the one that really put me onto Beauty of Joseon and almost kick-started my addiction to the brand. A lot of their products have really worked on my oily, acne-prone skin, but I think one of the beauties of this skincare line is it's pretty accessible to most skin types. I think all of their products are pretty much universal. I'm going to be breaking it down as we go through each product as who I think they'll be best suited for, and of course any skin types I don't think it'll work with. All the products mentioned are cruelty-free, which is fantastic and something I look for in my own skincare routine, and something that can be a little bit hard to find when it comes to Korean and Japanese brands. However, Beauty of Joseon is entirely cruelty-free, which I love. They also have some vegan options. Now, not all of their products are suitable for people living a plant-based lifestyle, so I'd always say to people, check the website and the ingredients themselves before you make a purchase. I've linked all of the products down below, so if you do want to check those ingredients or find out the cost of the products where you are, jump into the description box below where they're all listed. But let's cut the waffle and get straight on in, because I've got some great products to talk you through. And I'm going to start off with this product, which is the Radiance Balm Cleanser. I'm going to go through all of these products in the order in which you'd use them in a skincare routine. So if you do want to just splurge and do your whole skincare routine with Beauty of Joseon, this is the order that I'd recommend you go in. This is their cleansing balm, and they only have one cleansing product. They don't actually have a wash to sit aside this, and I love this product. It's a very traditional style cleansing balm in that it's a really nice, rich, oily balm that melts and emulsifies onto the skin beautifully and then washes off after the application of some warm water. I've probably bought 3 or 4 of this. This is the new container. It's entirely fragrance-free, which I like. I also love the fact that it's got some calming and soothing ingredients in there, such as rice bran oil, which is great if you have irritated skin or any redness to the skin. Such a great addition, and something that I don't think we see enough of in cleansing balms. In terms of how this product works, it is on the thicker side of balms, I would say, and once you rinse it off, it does leave a slight film. So I'd normally recommend, if you're going to use this product, definitely use it as part of a double cleanse, where you use this first, and then you wash it all off with a gel cleanser to follow. If you don't want to do a double cleanse, I don't think this is going to be the product for you, because I think that film that it does leave on the skin, whilst not problematic if you wash it off with a gel cleanser, will be a bit of a barrier to the rest of your skincare working effectively. So I'd say definitely a double cleanse product, but gets off all of that dirt, debris and makeup in one go, which I absolutely love. Overall, I'm going to give this product an 8 out of 10. It's not quite holy grail, because for those of you that don't want a double cleanse, it's not going to be applicable, but for everyone else, such a great product to include to kickstart your skincare routine. Now, let's move on to their toners and essences. Now, I mentioned before how gorgeous and bougie and luxurious the products themselves look. This, it looks high-end, it reads high-end, and it just looks like that sort of spa-like product. And yet none of the products are that expensive. Obviously, the price will differ depending where in the world you live and are purchasing the product from, which is why I'd recommend everyone click on those links below to check the price wherever you are. But I really don't think you're overpaying for such a beautifully formulated and high-end looking product. Their bubble toner was actually the first product of theirs I tried, and if you remember that, the foaming pump reminds me of those old acne washes we used to reach for in our teens, but this is anything but like that, because far from being stripping and drying, as an exfoliating toner, this is so gentle. It combines green plum extract, which will give a light brightening to the skin, which is nice, but the real real powerhouse here is the 3% alpha hydroxy acid addition. Now 3% in terms of exfoliating acids is relatively low, which means this is suitable for just about all skin types, about the most sensitive skinned out there. You will take a while to start seeing those results for this, but again, into that ethos of slowly, and the results over a longer period, this is kind of like the perfect exfoliator. It's a little bit gimmicky because you get the foam, which if I put on my skin, you can see it goes on as a foam, but I think that just helps it to blend into the skin. And if you put it in the fridge, and this is my top tip, if you put this product in the fridge, you get a really nice like bubbling effect as those bubbles pop on the skin. Feels so good, so refreshing, and yet as a toner, it doesn't leave you stripped and dried. Meal feels so good on the skin. And again, totally on fragrance, which is a really nice benefit if you have slightly sensitive skin. Now, I don't think any Korean skincare brand will be complete without an essence in their collection. Asia really brought the essences to the market here in the West. And whilst there's not a whole host of difference between a toner and an essence, I think an essence is something that really adds benefit to the routine and can give a really nice overall feel and some additions of some great ingredients. For Beauty of Joseon, they have their ginseng essence water. Again, beautiful packaging. In this case, sort of like baby pink, which looks so good on the vanity. This is actually the last product I had to try from all of their collection, and probably one of my favourites. This is now my second bottle, and a little does go a long way, though I like to be a little bit lavish with my essences because I just think it feels so good on the skin. So in this product you have the ginseng, which is hydrating. There are some studies that show it can impact in a positive way the amount of collagen in our skin, but I think a lot of that technology is a little bit in its infancy and more studies need to be undertaken to really confirm that, but it's a nice potential benefit down the line. You also have niacinamide in here, which is nice, as a lot of their products don't contain huge amounts of niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, which is great if you're looking to, really minimize the number of steps that contain those ingredients. This is one of their few products that contains both niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, and so it's a really great option as a brand if you're looking to cut down on those ingredients. You also have panthenol in here, which calms and soothes the skin, and overall I just think this is a fantastic product. This is universally suitable for all skin types because with those additions of those calming and soothing ingredients, great for people with redness prone skin, but also for someone like oily like myself, it produces a really nice level of hydration that doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel like it's going to clog the pores, and honestly it can bring so much benefit to your skin. I'm on bottle number 2 and I've already seen an increase in the levels of hydration in my skin just from using one bottle of this, so an absolute perfect addition for anyone that has dry skin. Now let's move on to the Beauty of Joseon serums. Now when these hit the market around 8 months ago, YouTube went mad for them. They sold out like that and they were so difficult to get your hands on. So I've only just been able to try quite a few of these. They actually have 3 serums, but I could only get my hands on 2 of them, which is what I'm going to be reviewing today because I haven't had a chance to try the third. The 2 that I've tried are these 2, which is the Glow Serum and the Calming Serum. I kind of think these are my favourite of the 2 anyway, and when they're out of the bottle, they look so gorgeous. They come in these little containers, but honestly, don't let the size deceive you because they little goes a long way and they really pack a punch. Both of these are hyaluronic acid and niacinamide free, which again is a ding total holy grail for people that are looking to minimize their exposure to those ingredients, which can be so hard because almost all skincare is packed full of particularly hyaluronic acid. Let's start with the calming serum because I think this is probably my favorite of the 2. This takes things like panthenol and allantonin, both calming and soothing ingredients, which are just fantastic and great at taking down any redness or inflammation in the skin. You've also got Centella asiatica in there, which is again a calming and soothing botanical that will also help to hydrate. In here you've got green tea, which is a powerful antioxidant. If you kind of ever wondered what's the point of an antioxidant, do you need one? You absolutely do, and I covered it in a separate video, which I'll leave a link to up there. So check that out if you want to know what the purpose of an antioxidant is and why green tea is actually a fantastic addition. Overall in this serum, I think you get a really great balance of hydration mixed with calming and soothing botanicals. It definitely does what it says on the label. It's all about the calming and bringing back that soothing nature to the skin. Total holy grail for anyone, almost anyone that's suffering with a little bit of inflammation and redness to the skin. Now, in terms of the Glow Serum, they combine a lot of the things we talked about with that calming serum, such as allantonin and Centella asiatica, to calm and soothe the skin, but they also combine this with turmeric root. Now, turmeric is like nature's brightener. It's one of the best botanicals I love to see in skincare. Overall, it'll help to even out the complexion, bring a light glow and a bit of luminosity to the skin if you're kind of looking for that lit from within complexion. It's not going to work overnight like that, like some real super strength peels would, but I don't think think, again, that's a bad thing. Going in a little bit slowly and seeing those results develop is A, super satisfying, but also much kinder to our skin. Because there's none of those harsh acids and other ingredients in here, I'd say it works for just about all skin types, and is definitely a one to include if you have super sensitive skin, but you're looking to bring a little bit of luminosity to the skin, bring back that glow, and just help even out any pigment that you've got. It can be so hard to include pigment correctors into a sensitive skin routine, and this is probably one of my favourites. I don't reach for it day in, day out because my skin's much more resilient and I can tolerate some higher strength pigment correcting products. But for those of you that either want to start your pigment journey or you want to tackle it with super sensitive skin, this could be your ride or die favourite. Now, this brings us on to my final product, the final product in the collection, which is a moisturiser, but not just any old moisturiser. They call it their Dynasty Cream. Sounds bougie, sounds luxury, and honestly, it lives up to that hype because it has a gorgeous feel on the skin. I'd say of all of the products, this is probably the priciest, considering the amount of product you actually get. And whilst a little does go a long way, if you have very dry skin, you might want to put on a couple of layers of the product to really lock in that hydration. This, again, contains that rice bran oil that I mentioned at the start when we talked about that cleanser, and also some really nice calming and soothing ingredients. This is definitely sensitive skin compatible. Of course, you can be sensitive to any product, so I would always encourage people to patch test before they use any product, particularly if you're prone to sensitivity. But I think this could be a really great option for anyone suffering with that sensitive skin, and also for people with combination skin that are looking for a really nice moisturiser that isn't going to clog the pores, isn't going to feel like they're wearing a mask, but will deliver hydration. I love this product. This fragrance free means it doesn't have a very chemically smell or a synthetic smell, which is great. And overall, I'd say this is a really great option. However, I will just call out that some people have said it leaves almost a film to the skin. Not a film like you would get with most moisturisers, but almost like a little bit of a tacky consistency to the skin. I personally don't find that with this product, but more than one person has said it to me, so it's something to bear in mind. I think of all of the products that I've mentioned today, this is one that I think is more dependent on skin type. If you're super oily like myself, you still might want to go for something a little bit more gel-like rather than cream-like like this. If you've got super dry skin, you might want to go for something thicker with more emollients in there just to help lock in that moisture. This, I think, is very much targeted at that middle skin, that combination dry, combination oily, or normal skin types where they get some really great benefits. It's luxury, it's bougie, and if it works for your skin type, then honestly, it'll be a holy grail. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of Beauty of Joseon. They don't have a huge collection of products, but I think this is a great example of you don't need that to deliver fantastic benefits for people's skincare routines. I think focusing down on a few really well formulated, beautifully pulled together products is so the way forward rather than just having a plethora of average products. I love Beauty of Joseon. Everything that I've used from them has been a real wonder in terms of my own skincare journey. But I do think, like I said, I've called out in this video, some of their products will work better for some skin types rather than others. And of course, you should always factor that in before making a purchase. I've left links below to all of the products if you do want to read about them in more detail. And there are some really great reviews on these websites, so definitely would encourage people to delve into those and get a second opinion if you're unsure of any of the products. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and look after your skin. Take care.